Hey, welcome to a review of the Australian Grand Prix. The Australian Grand Prix was held at the world-famous Phillip Island. It's an Australian island about 125 kilometers southeast of Melbourne.
This place is beautiful.
It's definitely a picturesque, beautiful racetrack. Air temperature was about 33 degrees Celsius along with on-track temperature.
No racing.
We're not racing.
Oh, the MotoGP boys are definitely going racing, and Jorge Martin is able to hold on to the lead going into the first lap with Brad Binder in second and Pecco Bagnaia in third. Hometown hero Jack Miller was in the top 10 at this beginning part of the race. We had a crash. Johann crashes out in lap 11. He gets in contact with Luca Marini.
No, he says he's unlucky.
That's a lie.
He's able to pick up his bike and continue his race. Augusto Fernandez crashes out of the race on lap 13. Jorge Martin built up a 3-second lead over the rest in the top 5 about midway point of the race. Fabio Digiannantonio had made his way into the top 5. He was having a great day. And also, by about lap 19, he's able to pass Brad Binder and he moves himself into second place on his Ducati. Jorge Martin lap time started to come down. His tires were starting to wear. He was pushing maybe too hard at the beginning of the race. His hard front tire and his soft rear tire were starting to wear. Fabio Digiannantonio wanted more, and he was pushing, and he was able to pass Brad Binder for second place on lap 19. Martin's lead is under threat. Now with 2 laps remaining, his lead is under 2 seconds. The pack of Binder, Zarco, and Pecco Bagnaia are all chasing him, and he's a sitting duck. You see how much of his tread has worn off of the hard front and the soft rear tire. He was having a hard time holding his lead, and he was under constant threat in the last remaining laps. Zarco, his Pramac partner, is up to third. Brad Binder was in second at this point. Lap 26, Zarco with a daring move, he takes second place over Brad Binder. Now with 1 lap remaining, he's chasing his Pramac partner. Jorge Martin's race is compromised. The lead is under a second, and now Zarco has a chance of winning his first ever Grand Prix. And you see here, he dives into first place, and then it even opens up for Pecco Bagnaia. Now Jorge Martin is down in third. It gets even worse for George because his tires are so shredded, even Fabio Digiannantonio is able to pass him. And then Brad Binder is able to pass him. By the end of the race, he ends up in 5th place. But the Frenchman, Johann Zarco, is able to win his ever first MotoGP Grand Prix race. And you see George Martin, oh, he was dejected. His race day ended horribly. His tires were so shredded. I saw almost every rider go up to congratulate Johann Zarco. It was really good. Honestly, Redbed almost maybe shed a tear for this one, because he's been so consistent over the years, but he was never able to win a race. And to see Johann Zarco able to finally put it together and win a race. Pecco Bagnaia was able to grab second place. Now he has a 27-point lead over George Martin after George Martin fell to 5th place. His tires were done. He really must have pushed early on in the race because he had over a 3-second lead. You gotta give it to Johann Zarco. So many times he ends up on the podium, but finally he was able to win his first MotoGP race. It was very great to see. And then here he is here doing his backflip, and you know, we've been waiting years for him to do that. If I'm gonna rate this race, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. It didn't have much, but the last few laps were so exciting. It was really crazy to see. Jorge Martin lost his 3-second lead in a matter of laps, and he ended up in 5th. MotoGP is going to Thailand this week. The sprint race will be in a matter of hours, and we'll be covering that. Also, we've got a review on the US Grand Prix and Formula 1. We hope you enjoyed the race review. More racing videos will be coming on the racing world and people in it. Redbet, signing off.